Back into the 10mm contest, and it's going to be Jensen Ansell and Kai Hawken that will renew their battle from the front row. Caelan Ratcliffe and Sam Whitaker, Emilio Pereira, Daisy Bolden, Rhys Saxelby, Austin Dilks and Marshall Ahmed. Off we go. Several riders missing from the start of this one. As you can see, there's only 6 of them out there from the 9 that were supposed to be. So Jensen Ansell, Kai Hawken, Caelan Ratcliffe, Sam Whitaker, Daisy Bolden and Rhys Saxelby are the ones that have taken the start. Kai Hawken, the man who has come a heck of a long way to be here himself, all the way from Cornwall, running in second position. This is normal, stereotypical Cornwall motorcycle weather. He knows exactly what he's doing in these conditions.
Keeping the bike upright, Jake, is what he should be doing, and that's what they're all doing at the moment. Will they
he's going
stay
for
like
it.
that, though?
He's going for it. He's going for the lead already. So Jensen Ansell has lost the lead here. Kai Hawken has got through. They tighten up the radius, and Kai Hawken is now leading this race. A very confident stance on the opening lap then, as Jensen Ansell is now going to have to play the chaser rather than the leader. So this will be an interesting start for him. He's now going to try and come back at him into the final hairpin. No, you don't. Kai Hawken spent the entire race earlier on watching Jensen Ansell defend, so now he knows how to do the same thing. Excellent work. Sam Whitaker in third off the start. Caelan Ratcliffe in fourth position. Daisy Bolden and Rhys Saxelby having a race of their own. This is a good chance for Sam Whitaker now as well. Didn't really get to feature in the top 3 of the earlier race. Now he's right up there in third position. He's already left Caelan Ratcliffe behind to a certain extent, and this is where he gets his chance to play for the win.
Yeah, and interesting. I'm looking at Rhys Saxelby here in difficult conditions compared to how we saw him in that first race. He was tiptoeing round the final bend, wasn't he, in that one, but certainly got a lot more pace. I know he's at the back, but don't forget again, this is more of a practice day than a race for him. Very, very inexperienced.
And also, this is a leveler. You know, the greasier conditions, he may not necessarily be comfortable yet pushing all the way to the 100% of the limit in the dry conditions, but in these sort of greasier surfaces, it is a leveler. As long as you've got a decent head on your shoulders, you don't have to be the fastest one out there. You've just got to be one of the most confident out there.
Absolutely. And it is all about getting quicker and quicker as the day goes on. It's learning and getting progressively faster. Obviously, that's difficult to do when the conditions are changeable like they are. But these 3 out front, they're making the best of it so far.
Sam Whitaker's clearly thought, you know what, I've got a chance at this. I could actually get past both men. Kai Hawken's overtaken Jensen Ansell. So if he can get past him, maybe I can have a go at it as well. And there is the proof of how difficult it is. The spots of rain on the camera lens again. So it's not easy to know what the weather is actually going to do from one lap to the next, never mind from one race to the next.
Yeah, and when you're leading, as we know in other forms of motorsport, if you're leading in a race and it's starting to rain, you'll get into that corner on the next lap. You're getting there first, and it will have changed. The grip levels will have changed each lap as the rain starts to come down. And if you're the race leader, you'll get into that corner first. And often it's the race leader that goes off.
Well, this is interesting. Jensen Ansell now having to play the understudy rather than the leading role here. And this is not quite the position he wanted to be in. Still under a second between these 3 riders. Kai Hawken, Jensen Ansell and Sam Whitaker. And one of these men is going to be able to have the opportunity to go for the win on the final lap, but they've got to get to that point first. The race doesn't really begin in conditions like this until you start the final lap, because you have to get into that position, you have to be in that mode, you have to make sure you're in that competitive place to even have a chance to rock the boat. And this is where Hawken, Ansell and Whitaker can read each other. They don't want to push too hard at this stage. The track is still changing every single lap, but the weather's getting a little bit more adverse again. The rain is getting heavier, so you don't want to push things too early, too soon. Just read the race, then make the decisions.
Yeah, if you're watching mini bike racing for the first time, in these Minimotos, by the way, you might wonder, well, do they just use an all-weather tyre? No, they've got an option of slicks, intermediates and wets, believe it or not, and they can use tyre blankets in mini bike racing. You can't do that, as we know, in karting, but they do allow it in mini bike racing.
So Jensen Ansell is actually the fastest rider on the course at the moment. His best lap time is quicker than that of Kai Hawken, but crucially, he hasn't got a clear road in front of him. There is Rhys Saxelby. There's still...
See, that, again, he's going round that corner. That's quicker than he went round that corner the first time we saw him going round that corner in the earlier race. So
absolutely right.
He is progressively getting quicker for somebody that's very, very inexperienced. So that's good to see. It's what you want to see.
And that's the thing. This is not the same sort of sport compared to the others. This is the opportunity for Jensen Ansell, and he returns the favour. He gets through then and takes the lead. And it is great to see You know, Jensen Ansell getting himself back into the lead of the race. Sam Whittaker picking up the pace. He's now the fastest man on the course. They've got down to half a second between the three. Jensen Ansell is about to lose this again. Kai Hawken trying his best to get through. And this is wonderful to see. This is not the same kind of sport that you see with the kids that compete in football, in rugby, in tennis, in cricket. When was the last time you saw the Manchester United under-12s play the Manchester City under-12s? You never see those matches.
I also want to say this, Jake. Football, massive sport. Do you ever see the under-12s on television?
No, indeed.
No, these kids are from the age of 6 and they're on television.
Absolutely.
Incredible,
you know,
really.
The pressure that they're under to make mistakes, you know, they are under the microscope from such an early age, and there is so much more pressure on these young athletes than in their counterpart sports. So obviously this is a much bigger test of the character of these young racers and what they are doing out there in these greasy conditions, considering they are between 6 and 9 years of age.
Yeah,
that takes braver characters than me.
We know this is filmed for broadcast television. It also goes on our YouTube channel, where we will get potentially millions and millions. We've had mini bike races in the past, mini moto races with this particular class with 17 million views.
It was amazing.
Incredible.
So now Sam Whittaker just reading the pace of these two riders up front. Jensen Ansell back in the lead again. Kai Hawken still there to play. Whittaker actually taking a wider line on that corner, and that's because he's got the opportunity to do that. Those two are hugging the inside radius. Just try something a little bit more varied. Just play the game a little bit more. Look, he's coming from further back. He can actually gain a little bit of pace around the outside because these two are tippy-toeing. They're dilly-dallying on the inside radius. He can be a little bit more diverse.
Yeah, in these conditions as well. Don't forget, the slippier surface is on the racing line. Where the rubber is, if you walk on it with a pair of leather shoes, it's like walking on ice, frankly.
This is really
so going
smart.
around the outside of the turn, that's where the grip is.
This is really smart from Sam Whittaker, just keeping himself in the fight, but taking a completely different line to the other two, because if they do end up tripping over each other, he's not in the same part of the racetrack. He's got a little bit more time to react if they get a little bit loose. So this is really smart racing from Sam Whittaker in third as he follows these two, just keeping himself in the game, not rocking the boat, not pushing the limit, just keeping himself in play.
You couldn't name the winner at this point, could you?
No, you really couldn't.
Not say who's going to win this race at this point in these conditions. It's incredible.
And just to give you an indication of how the conditions are changing, the new fastest lap of the race has come from Daisy Polden. She's banged in the time to go faster than all three of the riders in front of her. So great work from Daisy Polden. The purple timing line on the screen there shows you that she's faster than all three. And up the inside, Kai Hawken again tries. Jensen Ansell managing to hold on again on the braking zone for the turn. This is really tight stuff. Ansell, Hawken and Whittaker still trading radiuses, still trading sector times. Here comes Kai Hawken again. Now he's level, now he's on the inside, but he has to bail out in the brakes. This is so tricky to call.
Yeah, amazing race. I mean, there's only, half a dozen started this, but you don't need many in a race to make it a cracking race. And we're into the last lap, and any one of these three can win it. Jensen Ansell has apparently put in the fastest lap. As things stand now, 59.229.
Yeah, he has taken back the fastest lap. It's confirmed on the timing screen to the left as well. So Jensen Ansell in front of Kai Hawken and Sam Whittaker. Oh, and there goes Whittaker! It's so easily done in the difficult, greasy conditions. So Sam Whittaker's gone down in the bid to go for the win. Kai Hawken, meanwhile, is going to get side by side with Jensen Ansell. Ansell will hold it for the moment into the braking zone for the right-hander, into the S's. It's not done yet. Oh, poor Sam Whittaker. He had such a good chance. I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm just really, really upset.
Yeah, got to take the positives out
of it.
Oh,
and there's Kai Hawken.
Ridden well.
Making the move again on the inside of Jensen Ansell into the final hairpin. He's not going to get there. He's given it everything he's got. He's going to try to out-accelerate him, but it will be Jensen Ansell who holds on in front of Kai Hawken. Great race between all three of the riders that came to play in that one. Full credit to Sam Whittaker. Yes, we'll know he's upset, but he rode like the little legend he is. Ratcliffe snatching third from Daisy Polden. Oh.
Dad taking Sam away, but Sam's got to take the positives out of that. He rode really, really well. He's finished sixth in the end, but he's had his little 15 minutes of fame on TV.
And I think it'll be the first of many. Ansell, Hawken and Ratcliffe claim the spoils, but Sam Whittaker proves that he is just the equal of the two riders battling for the win. More to come.